Hey everybody, welcome to Hunters Connect. Today we're going to talk about securing private land access for hunting. A few things that we're going to cover is one, how to identify the landowner of the property that you're wanting to hunt. Two, we're going to cover why it's important to try to find a personal connection with that landowner. And three, if you don't have a personal connection, we're going to talk about how to approach a landowner that you've never met before. So securing private land to hunt is a lot of work, but when successful, it can open up options for great property, especially in states that have limited or maybe really crowded public lands. Once you've found where you want to hunt and you've identified that it's a private piece of property that you're going to need permission for, there's a couple ways to find who owns that piece of land. First, you can go online and use what's called Plat Maps. Plat Maps are a breakdown of private property showing the boundaries and who owns those sections of land. So this will direct you to the landowner that you're wanting to contact. Secondly, you can use onX Maps to identify the landowner of the area you're wanting to hunt. onX Maps is a paid resource that you can use on the computer as well as a GPS app on your phone. This is a really great tool because it breaks down exactly the boundaries of the place you're wanting to hunt, and it also gives you the name of whoever owns it. Using that, you can identify the landowner and then go about contacting them. All right, so now that you know who owns the land that you're wanting to hunt, a good idea is to try to find some sort of personal connection with them. Maybe it's something as simple as your kids go to school together, or maybe you have a mutual friend or coworker who has a personal connection with that landowner. Any sort of relationship that's going to bridge the gap between you and that landowner is only going to increase your odds at getting a yes and being able to hunt that property. So whenever you're out and about, be a people person, constantly networking, building relationships, and just being friendly to others. You never know which relationship is going to open the door to being able to hunt a new piece of land. So say you don't have any personal connection with that landowner. The last option is just to go about knocking on their door. So it's a good idea to try to give yourself plenty of time to gain permission before the peak of hunting season. Oftentimes these landowners are getting bombarded by other hunters who want the same thing that you do. So going a little bit early before the season begins might give you a better chance of gaining access to their property. Think through what time of day might be best to try and meet that landowner. Maybe it's going in the middle of the day, or maybe consider just going later in the evening after dinner when they might be home and have some free time and be willing to chat. So when you do that, you want to make sure that you present yourself in a really respectful way and have an idea of what you're going to say in that conversation. Know what species you're wanting to hunt and be direct about that. Know which weapon you're wanting to use, whether that be a shotgun, a rifle, or a bow. Also, know when you're wanting to hunt that property. Be clear about the season that you're wanting to hunt, the time of day that you're wanting to hunt, and how often you expect and hope to hunt that piece of land. So if you're wanting to hunt big game on that landowner's property, it might be a good idea to try and gain permission first by hunting something smaller. Maybe you just want to ask to be able to hunt squirrels, rabbits, or even just doing some shed hunting on their property. Starting with the smaller species and gaining their respect and trust might lead to being able to hunt bigger game such as white-tailed deer. So it's a good idea to try and compliment the landowner on their property. Tell them why you think it's a great piece of land and why it might be a really good opportunity for hunting. So during your conversation, just make sure you're polite and respectful, because you never know, partway through the conversation or later that season, they might change their mind and allow you to hunt their land. So gaining access to private lands can be a lot of work. But not only are you able to potentially hunt a new area, but you might gain a friend and a relationship in the process. So thank you guys for watching, and check out our other videos.